And we have kings on the very first hand. I'm just going to call because 3-betting heads up out of position kind of sucks. We have the ace blocker, but if he's a good player, he's just going to outplay us on so many flops. And when he checks back the flop, we are just value betting. And I'm actually value betting the river if he has something like ace 10. Because we have blockers to the straight, and he shouldn't have a queen. And he probably has a weak ace. Yeah, he had ace 10, or ace jack. But anyway. So we've got nice value on the river. Red Pepper hasn't folded any flops. Only one hand, so I'm going to make a bet. It's sort of, if he doesn't have anything on this board, he just has to fold. But I'm barren. I have a 10, so it blocks some of his straight outs. And I'm just making him fold his flush draw. I didn't get any 2 pairs. Like, if the river is 7 or 6, I would just check back. But now I want him to fold something like queen 10 type of hands. 2 pairs, I'm going to 3-bet because it's such an easy hand to play even in out of position. And if he 4-bets, we just call and we flip for the stacks. It's not a big deal. But this 2-pair hand, this is going to hit so often. 1 out of 4 times we hit the set. And to this board we should have a lot of equity. Because he's going to raise all kind of combo draws. King XXX type of hands or whatever. And the reason why I'm 3-betting these 2 pairs is like, on this board if we just call, now if we check raise, it's so hard to get value from a wide range. He's only going to stack off with the strong range, but here he can stack off with any King XXX type of hands if he wants to semi-bluff us on the flop when it's 3-bet one. Sequence even 30 hands of zoom. Well, 30 hands of zoom is so easy. No one's going to play big session because of that. You open PLO2 zoom and play 5 minutes and you have the 30 hands. I'm going to check back. I have 2 pairs, and if he has any 2 pairs to king or queen, he's never folding on the river. And he has king 3. He would snap call me on the river. On the turn, I bet with my 2 pairs, and I have flush draw and open ender. But I didn't improve on the river. And when he starts to just call with king 3, call flop, call turn, this is pretty much the only river that doesn't complete a straight. Any other card from deuce to ace completes a straight on the rivers. This is his first donk bet. I'm going to call. Let's see what he does. Why would he donk? Well, he's 78, 22. Yeah. I just wonder why would he donk if he has the flush, but he's a bad player. Now, with king 3, when he just calls the flop and turn, there's, in the whole deck, there's 3 8s that doesn't complete any draw. Any other card completes some draw. So he has 3 and 4 outs to full house. He has 7 outs that he can call on the river. And all the other 35 outs he has to fold if I bet. So I don't like his turn call. I have blockers to the straight. but he doesn't bet the turn, so I can't check raise, so I have to just check. And when he doesn't bet the turn, he probably has a hand that has showdown value, and he does. He has 2 pairs, so that's what I thought. If I bet the river, I think he would call me. Yeah, I think it's 100% sure that Lankinen was abusing the stream, because he's done it before, and the way he played the hand, there is no other way. And now it's a limped board, so we just have to bet and hope he has a smaller flush. There's no other way we can get value. We are probably around break even now, so the last 15 minutes will decide if this is a winning session or not. Oh, 3 BBs, ugh, not going to call. Playing heads up out of position just sucks, especially against thinking player. 3 overcards, flush draw, cut shot, so much going on that definitely see bet against him. And probably just firing the turn. And jack high flush. Like, in his calling range, he has to have over half of the hands worse than ours. And let's say if he only calls with flush, he has to call with 8, 7, and 5 high flushes. So I have to check back here. Whoa. I don't know why he doesn't raise the flop. He's a short stack. He has the nuts on the flop. Well, got what he deserved. I'm going to call it Julian. And I'm going to make a move on him. I thought about, like, the problem is if I check, I call here, and I check the turn, he's going to check behind often if he has any pocket pair, and now he instantly re-raises me. So I think he definitely has an ace. Or then he just outplays me. About Chip Leader asked about the barreling when the equity shifts. Yeah, it depends on what I think my opponent has, and then it's sort of meta game what I want to represent, because especially against the better players, I want to barrel a lot of turns. I don't want to turn my hand face up so that I have strict ranges, but the more my opponent have to guess my hand, the better it is for me. Oh, we have the notch. Let's see if Freda does something stupid. Probably it doesn't. Oh, he raises. How do we get the value? I think we have to call here and hope the turn doesn't pair. Not sure what he's doing. I think I have to raise a little. If he has like queen high flush, it's so hard for him to fold it. Of course, I represent exactly the hand I have. But if he has a small flush, I'm probably going to get one bet on the river. I want his stack if he has queen high flush. But I think he's going to fold because he thinks. Oh. I don't think he has a set. I have to call this one. And he has the queen high flush. The chip leader, there's one concept that I think I have invented the thing. I haven't heard it from anyone else anywhere. It's action defines range. That's what I used to say often. Every action you do on the table tells something about your range. No matter what you do, every action defines something about your range. So I'm always defining range by action. And positional range in heads up, it's really hard to say what someone's range is. Because if he's a good player that he knows he shouldn't play a lot out of position, then he's good enough to understand some leveling and metagame things, so he can actually play out of position with kind of range that can hit any board. And I think that no matter how you play heads up, out of position and in position, you should have a range that can hit any board. And the easiest way is to add 2 pair hands from any 2 pairs, because then you can hit almost any board some way. So it's hard to define range just for position. You have to always consider what was his action, what is he representing, and does it make sense or not. And PLO is such a fun game because you can create such a strict ranges for opponent. Like in Hold'em, you can, when there's, how many starting hands there are in Hold'em? 200? I can't even remember. I should know, but I don't. But something around 200 starting hands. We almost hit the flop. I'm going to call. We have so many backdoors and we have the flush draw and he bets half a pot. And that gives us straight flush open ender. I'm going to check back because there's not much value in betting. And I'm going to value bet this river. Like if he has overpair, he might make a crying call. And if he's really ballsy, he would raise me here. Which he does. And he knows I don't have a set. And this is just something that I really want to call, because I don't think he's 3-betting me with pocket jacks. He might raise me with the nut flush, which would be a sick raise, but I think I have to call this one. And he has aces and tens, so he had pretty much the only hand that makes sense. He hit the set on the turn, so he had runner, full house, so wow. We were so unlucky there. That sucks. But the reason I called him is that he knows I don't have a set on the flop. So he pretty much knows that I'm value betting my flush on the river. So if he steps up one level, he knows that I can't call when he raises. Well, I step one level higher, I know he shouldn't have a full house either. So, but he had, which sucks, because runner full house is the only hand that makes sense. Positional default range. Well, I have a default range which I change as soon as I get any information on my opponents. But even my UTG range can hit any board. I have 2 pairs on my UTG opening range, and every range from that on. I'm going to go once here and probably bluff a lot of turns, like this one is pretty nice. I have the sevens to block his trade. He had a lot of hands that he might call the turn, but I will barrel a lot of turns. I mean, a lot of rivers. He shouldn't have a lot of hands that can call turn and river. And he raises me, which is super strange because I have 2 sevens. This is one of those spots that he's representing the hand I represent. I have 2 blockers. Maybe he has pocket sixes. Wow. He raises $12 to win $9, so he has to win this over half of the time, so I have to fold. Wow. So maybe he just had the hand then. Because when you start to be afraid that someone is running you over, like bluffing here, and you have to fold, but more often when people raise, he just has the hand. And when you have only 2 blockers, there's 2 sevens still in the deck, so he might have 7-6. Top pair and double cutter. Let's see what he does. This time we have the hand. I'm going to still bet the river. Because ace-king is one of the only hands I'm losing to. And he hit the 5 on the river, so we are quite unlucky today. So now, instead of winning, we are actually losing. Yeah. We are down $1. And Silver Steven is asking, isn't the value bet quite thin on the river? Well, I don't know what hand you are referring to, so I can't really tell. But if you say what hand are you talking about, then I can give you an explanation. Susu. I'm going to fold crappy pocket 9s. Wow. So many button folds. That's strange. Where he had ace 10 then quite thin on the river. You mean my betting? Well, the thing is that the way he's played the hand, he probably has an overpair often. And when the turn goes checks and he checks the river, he knows that I can bluff. Like if I have 5, 7, 8, I probably bet the river, only way for me to win. So if he has just aces, he might call often. So it's nothing, he shouldn't have a flush. So the thing is that he shouldn't have a full house. Now this runner is the only way he will have a full house. He never has pocket jacks in my mind here. So it's one of those spots when the line of the opponent doesn't make sense unless it's a runner, which happens 1 out of, I don't know, 500 times, 200 times. I don't even know how often he gets one of the 10s on the turn. It's like 5% and then pairing. Well, it happens 2 out of 100 times, I think. So it happens sometimes, 1 out of 50 times, but it doesn't make sense. And if I think he probably is a good player, he knows that I don't have a full house either. My riverbed looks just like what I have, so he can raise me and think I can never call with my flush. So it's sort of leveling war, and this time he was not leveling, he had the hand. So yeah, I think checking on the river is fine, but the way the hand played, I really think he has a calling range that we beat on the river. But this is so, well, it happens. It happens in 6 max, it happens in heads up. Here I think Julian will raise me often he calls. He hasn't folded to any flop c-bet, but he doesn't really fold post flop, so I don't think I have ever barreled that Julian. So I think I'm much rather just value bet more thinly on him. And now people are just picking up my money. Yeah. Sucks. And we have middle pair, double cut shot. I'm actually going to bot the turn and represent something like king jack. And he just has to fold a ton when he doesn't see bet. And as long as people are folding so much, I'm just going to open every hand. He shouldn't have a straight. The problem is that, well, now the turn is actually blank. We have 2 pairs. If he has 2 pairs, I think he will fold it on the river. He doesn't, and he has a set. Wow. So, make a note. He doesn't fold set, so we don't barrel him anymore when he calls. But on the flop I'm going to bet he might be a calling station. And going to call this one when he bets. Probably he has 8 quads. Yeah, he had an 8, but when we actually improve a lot on the river, we have to call. He might bluff any misdraw. We don't have any information on him. And when he pots, we have to fold. If he bet half a pot, we can call. Oh, he's so needy that there's no way we can get value from him. Wow. Didn't even think on the turn. We actually improve on the turn, so I'm going to bet for value. And he fold. If he has a weak ace, he often have to fold them, because when you give just enough pressure, now we flop 2 pairs and a cut shot, so yeah, just get the money in against Shorty. And if he fold, it's so bad. And now we shove. And he actually has, wow, he has a pair and a wrap, and he doesn't get it in on the flop. Well, that was strange. And we're going to rat load. Oh, clock is 11, but this is too much fun. If you don't mind, I will play a few more hands. Oh, we built up a lot of equity on the turn. We got overcard, flush draw, cut shot. And when he goes the flop, he's probably not going to fold the turn often. So if I had total air, I would much rather bet here. And he probably has the flush. Yeah. But he didn't get any value for his flush, so playing out of position sucks. I might have said that before. And again we kind of monster hand. What? Insta folded to my 3-bet. People are playing so funny way. Oh, he's so tight that I'm actually going to call. And I actually hit the board. But I have only open ender and he insta folded, so he's super tight. We're not going to make a note yet because we don't. We have only like what we had 4 hands on him. What a strange donk. I'm going to bet the turn because my hand improves a lot. And I'm going to check back the river. Because either his donk range is often a draw or 2-pair sets, so. Keeping 8-5. Ooh. I'm gonna make a note on him when I get him to my table. That he donks. Pretty strange donk, but not sure if he's representing the flush, if it comes, or what was his plan. Seems to me that a lot of opponents are. I'm going to call with this hand, it has some potential. And of course we can call just for the hand value, so on some boards we have to make moves, but this is not a good one. People are playing pretty honest with their hands. It's quite surprising. There are a few players that actually give me a headache post-flop, but all these other players are playing pretty straightforward on the Zoom. So it's kind of strange. The problem is when he checks back the flop, he should have a hand that he's going to call the turn like overpair often. So I'm not going to turn my hand into a bluff. It's often, especially in position when people don't make a c-bet, it's so suspicious, like why wouldn't they make the c-bet? But we haven't had a lot of 3-bets. I mean, for the last 2 hours, how many 3-bets we have faced? 10 or 15. In normal tables, we could c-bet all the time. And here we just have to fold. We don't have any good turn cards for us. Almost the nuts. I have to call this one. And probably if he bets the river, I'm going to fold. And he had 2 pairs. And he donks. The problem is that he should have either a straight or a draw or a set, And if I raise, he's not folding anything, any one of those. So I'm just going to fold my top pair because my hand isn't going to improve and I can't catch 3 barrels. Oh, he's so shorty. And we have a monster. Sucks. But at least we had 1 all in and whoa, we lost 1. Not so many 9s left. He almost... Oh, he won both of them. Thank God he was shorty. That would have sucked 100 BP deep. Wow, limping on the button. In normal tables, if players limp call, it's so often pocket kings. That's what I've found, especially at micros. When people limp call preflop, it's so often pocket kings or pocket queens. Because people don't know how to play them, they limp call. Wow, these flop trips, he has $283 on the other stack. How many entries he has? He has 2 entries, and the other one had $8 when he doubled against us. So one stack is 600 BPs and the other one has only a couple of dollars. This is the limper. Yeah, he's so tight. Like printing small monies. And this is good enough to 3-bet in rundown double suited. And we actually hit the flop, which is of course better than missing it. But let's see if he makes a move on us. If it was a rainbow, I might even check this to induce something, but when there's a flush draw, I'm just going to bet it. And 8 is actually nice if he has the straight draw, and I don't think he's ever bluffing a worse hand. So I'm just going to bet the river and see if he bluff catch me. And he has, wow, backdoor straight, and we made a full house, so that makes up the backdoor full house that the other guy had. Now this is interesting. Of course we're going to bet, we have the second nuts. And river sucks. He 3-bet us, so I'm just going to check back this one. And he had only an ace. I don't think if he calls the river. Might be too nitty, but we might squeeze out a small bet on the river. I'm going to play one more. Oh, it's closed. This is actually a lot more fun. We are not making a huge profit. Like in the normal tables, we have booked $200, $300 per session. Now we are actually session high. Interesting spot. We have wrap, and it's a board that he's c-betting his whole range, so we can't fold. I'm actually going to, ooh, I can't even raise, because the hands that he will call me are trips and aces, and if he calls me, ace is not a good out for me. But when I call the flop, I also represent that I might have a strong hand. And when he barrels the turn, the problem is that if I hit my straight, I can't value bet it, and I have to hit it to win the pot. No matter what he has, I have to hit my 13 out. So I have like just the equity, but I might be drawing dead, and if I hit my straight, I have to call the river, so there's a reversed implied odds. So this, he bets too big for me to call. So I'm just going to fold him. I think often that if he doesn't have any showdown value, he's going to check the turn. Now we hit pretty much the nuts. And we hope he does something stupid. This is a nice flop if he wants to make moves. These are the boards, he should make them, but he didn't. Don't know why he thought for so long. Out of position 3-bet, we have to call. We almost hit the board, but I'm calling the C-bet. 3 is sort of bad, it kills our hand if he has aces. But I think if he bets, we probably have to call because it's a backdoor flush. He might have a queen 10 type of hand that he's turning into a bluff. If he has pocket aces, he's going to check this river. And he beats back. He might have the nut flush, but then it's a setup. I just have to call this one. And he has only the king. I don't really understand why he turned it to a bluff. Because even if he wants to check call, he gets better value. Because is this for value or is this for bluff? And if he's bluffing, would I fold ace king here? Not sure, maybe. We hit the set against Suzu. And we pick up the flush draw on the turn so we can barrel. Because even if he raises, we have 40% equity, we can definitely call. And he makes a small raise. I'm just going to call and see what he does on the river. I don't understand why he doesn't shove. So suspicious. So he might be using these quick buttons, but this is so suspicious. So I'm going to hero call the river. And he doesn't have the hand. He had the semi-bluff on the turn. So, woo! We made a correct read. If he had shoved, I actually would have probably folded. But thank you, Suzu, for giving us the information. And Money Mike is 3-betting us again, and we almost hit the hand. But we get the free turn card, which almost improves our hand. If he bets, I have to call, because I have the... I might be even ahead of his range. But if he bets the river, I have to fold. But I wouldn't be surprised if he had just an overpair, like queens. Which he did. And I don't think he's at any point he's check folding. There has been not that many 3-bets, so I assume that people are 3-betting mainly Broadway hands. And to this board, I'm not going to make any moves because it hits the assumed 3-bet range a lot. But now I'm going to bet. Ooh, almost had a full house, and wow, he might have a flush. No, he has Jack 9. one step better hand. Oh, we had such a big stack, so I'm going to sit out and rat load, and it's 15/11, so we have been playing for 2 hours. He's so short, I'm not going to give him any action. So the way this night ended, wow, this is nice graph. So you have a couple of seconds to estimate where did it end up. And Arnimet is asking, has it been fun? I have to say that heads up zoom PLO is actually fun, but we might do this some other time. If you have enjoyed it, just remember to say +4 buy-ins. Come on, when the stream restarted, we were break even without those setups. Well, of course, if I want to complain about setups, I have to remember that I can't one buy-in by hitting my runner myself straight against the smaller runner straight. But here's how it ended up. Here's one big pot, or two of them, kaboom. And then we ran it up, we went down, and in the end, +101. So 2 buy-ins. I have to say that I'm surprised how people play in heads-up PLO Zoom. I assume that it's a lot more aggressive, but people are pretty much playing their own cards, and there were a couple of those regular type of players that actually I got the feeling that they are outplaying me post-load, like they are moving and making some weird bluff lines, but only 1 or 2 players, others are pretty straightforward, and it's pretty neat. Like, we didn't get a lot of big pots. Only 3 pots where we lost over $10, and only 6 pots that we won over $10, and we played 300 hands heads up. I mean, if I pick up any Finnish PLO player and we start to play heads up, after 10 hands we have 6 pots over $10. But now there's so many small pots, and I don't know what's the rate is. Where can I see it? Do I have it in here? No, so I have to. I don't know, is it attributed or contributed? I can't remember which one is for the PokerStars. But out of 300 hands, we have played over $20, so it's 40 BBs. So it's not actually much. Of course, sample size is small, but it's like 16, 17 BBs per 100 hand, which is about the same as in 6max, or actually lower. I think that at stars you play less rate heads up, so it's $20. 43 BBs for 300 hand, which makes up for around 14 BBs per 100 hands. So in here we have only had like $60 losses. I think the more you play heads up, it's just when you have like 3 setups in a row, you might lose $150 in 3 hands back to back. So the variance is high. We were lucky today that we didn't have any swings, except in the end, suddenly up $100 in 15 minutes. So it's fine. So if you like this heads up, also I'm not a heads up specialist. I'm a 6max player that just transitions 6max thinking into heads up. So if there's some heads up PLO player out there who thinks that, oh man, that Cubit is so bad, just come to the forum and we can discuss. I know I have a lot to improve in heads up, in mathematical sessions and in meta game and everything. But if you enjoyed, please say it in the feedback thread, or if you're watching on YouTube, just say it in the comments. So if you like this one, we will definitely do it again. It was such a fun. And if someone disagrees me on the heads up bots, I'm more than happy to discuss about them on the forums, because that's the way for me to learn. I don't think that I'm even the best heads up PLO player on our community. But anyway, thank you. It was a fun 2.5 hours. I'll see you on next Wednesday. I have to, yeah, there's nothing else. And for the Finnish members and those who want to watch PLO with Finnish speaking coach, we have a PLO night on Friday. But thank you. Let's go to sleep and have a good Wednesday evening. Bye bye.